Hey, and welcome back to Life's Sweet Journey. So originally I was up on the roof, but then it started storming, so now I'm down here under the fifth wheel overhang. I know it may not look like it's storming, but I'm in Florida, so raining over there, sunny over here, but I felt like this was the perfect way to kind of kick off the video anyways, because today we are teaming up with Flex Seal to share the way we use Flex Seal products in our RV. So the number one way, stopping leaks when it's raining. But there are tons of other great uses for Flex Seal products as well. Flex Seal sent us a free box of goodies to try out when we did our RV roof reseal, but we've now used them for tons of other projects since then. They're super user-friendly for RV maintenance and just really good to have on hand if you're an RVer. So today I'm going to share 5 ways that we use Flex Seal products around the RV. And we're going to start with our first introduction into the Flex Seal products, which was Flex Tape, which we went out and bought when we had a little snafu when we were first on the road.
Good old Flex Tape. This is actually how we found out about the Flex Seal products. Well, we always knew about them, but this was the first one we had tried. We actually went out, we bought it on our own after somebody, I won't mention any names, but I don't drive the camper, drove this into an electrical box at one of the parks we were at and obviously ripped a huge hole in the fiberglass. We went out, we bought Flex Tape, we got white to match the camper, and as you can see, it has held really well. This was 3 years ago that he did this, and this is the same piece of Flex Tape that has been there since the beginning. We've had no issues, no water has gotten in. You can see we kind of need to clean it up a little bit on the sides, but it blends in really well color-wise and has just kind of done what it needed to do. Kept us from having to replace the whole fiberglass siding. Flex Tape really is like a perfect all-purpose if you have an RV, because we have used it literally everywhere. We've used it here, obviously. We used it on the roof before we did the reseal, multiple places. We've used the black Flex Tape on piping. It is great stuff, and we will not travel without it because you just never know when you're gonna hit something.
Another great place to use Flex Seal in an RV is definitely the bathroom, and that is where Flex Shot comes into play.
Flex Shot is incredibly easy to use because of the convenient nozzle, which means you don't have to have a caulk gun. I will link the full caulking video, but as you can see, our old caulking was just really worn out. We were starting to get moisture buildup, so we easily removed that with a little help from Flex Seal Adhesive Remover. And then the Flex Shot is super, super easy to apply. We simply sprayed it into the gap that was between the lining of the shower wall and the floor of the shower. And then we used our finger to easily spread it all smooth. Just note that you may want to do it in sections as the Flex Shot can dry rather quickly. So make sure you smooth it out within 2 to 3 minutes. Flex Shot comes in 4 different colors, but the white and the almond are mildew resistant. It created a really nice watertight seal, and we are extremely happy with how it turned out. Our next use for Flex Seal products for the RV takes us back to the Flex Tape and up on the roof. Our Skylight covers had taken a beating due to the heat, and they were really brittle. You would barely touch them and your finger would go through. We used the Flex Tape to patch the holes. As you can see, it happened a couple of different times, and sure, we could have gotten new Skylight covers, but we had the Flex Tape on hand from other repairs we had done, and it held so well that we just rolled with it. You will want to make sure that the Flex Tape is really well bonded with the plastic, but ours held really well. These pieces were on there for a number of years before we did the final roof reseal, and no water issues, no leaks. Use number 4 is our biggest Flex Seal undertaking to date, and that is our RV roof reseal. This is what really kicked off our partnership with Flex Seal, and we just want to say thank you for letting us put their products to the test. You could also see it in previous clips, but our RV roof was just not in great shape. This was the hole that was under that Flex Tape. It was just time to reseal the roof, and so we used Flex Seal rubber liquid to do that. For deeper holes like this one, we made sure to use extra Flex Seal liquid. You could also use the Flex shot before then going back over it with the liquid. We first edged out all the seams with a brush to make sure that the seams had a really good seal. Then we used a roller to roll the rest of the roof. I will link the full step-by-step reseal video below, along with all of the products we used for all of these projects. But between washing all the dirt off the roof first, then waiting for that to dry, and then painting the Flex Seal liquid, it took us about a full day to complete the reseal. Then you will want to wait another 2 days at least before you move, because you don't want to pull the slides in while the Flex Seal is still drying. It has now been over a year since the reseal. Everything is holding up really, really well. We've had no leak issues. I also feel like it has made it cooler inside the RV. Anytime it does rain, water simply just rolls right off the camper.
Like with any good Florida storm, the rain is gone, but this next project is one that I am super excited about. It's not completely finished yet, but I cannot wait to show you once it is. However, we are well underway, and I don't know if you can tell what is not right there, but that would be the decals. The old, ugly peeling decals that have been on this camper for well over 10 years, fading in the sun, but that's where adhesive remover comes in. This is actually built to take flex tape off of something if you need to remove the flex tape, but it works really well on removing other adhesives as well. So I am going to be spending a good portion of the next couple months taking as many of the decals off of the camper as I can. So you can see there was a decal here. There were decals all over here. My plan is to remove all of the racing stripe decals and then paint the door and the undersiding down here yellow, and I am so excited. This is a painted metal, and then this is fiberglass. As you can see, there's no discoloration for where I used the adhesive remover on the fiberglass. You do want to make sure to do a test area, and just know that if you use it on a painted surface, it can cause discoloration, but because I am planning to paint this anyways, I'm going to use the adhesive remover to take all the decals off and then paint that. So just know to do a test area anytime you're using the adhesive remover. I simply sprayed the adhesive remover and then used a scraper to more easily get up under the decal. The adhesive remover loosens things up and the scraper allows for a better grip. You can see here without the adhesive remover, everything was just flaky and I could barely get anything off. With the adhesive remover though, the adhesive was loose and allowed me to more easily take off big chunks of decal at one time. Then, any residual adhesive residue, I would just spray and wipe away. Flex Tape Adhesive Remover makes the job of removing decals so much easier. I'm loving the cleaner look, and I cannot wait to show you the finished project once all of the decals are removed and the paint is done. And now it is back under the hangover because even though the rain has stopped, it's hot. But we just wanted to say another huge thank you to Flex Seal for sending all of the great products to test out. We really love Flex Seal products. Everything that we have tried has held up really well. It's super easy to use. It's just a really good thing to have for RV living, for RV maintenance. If you are just starting out on your RV journey and just aren't sure what you should have on hand, if I could recommend any one product, it would definitely be Flex Tape. You just never know when boo-boos are going to happen. And trust me, they will happen a lot sooner than you think they will. And this is just super helpful for patching any small holes. It makes it super easy. You're just cutting a piece of tape, you're slapping it on, and you're ready to go. You do not want moisture getting inside your RV, and this stops that from happening. All of their products, though, are super easy to use. Whether it's the Flex Tape, whether you go with the adhesive remover, really all of the directions are on the label. They're super self-explanatory. They're really easy to follow. They also tell you anything that you need to do to take precautions, whether it's gloves, protective eyewear. Everything is just super self-explanatory, and Flex Seal products are really easy to use. So I definitely recommend getting them if you're going to be living in an RV. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the journey. Bye.
If you found this video helpful or want to see more projects, be sure to click subscribe.